So, as you may be aware, Lord Wilkers and Lord Deadbones the other day crashed my airship into my tower, and then crashed an airship into my airship. And so, unfortunately, this airship I've kind of just deemed it as a lost cause. It can't be, it's not going to be repaired. It's just not looking so good. I mean, look at it. It's not even worth it. So, I've had my Squire, Azure, build myself my airship version 2. So, you might notice that it looks, pretty similar to the way it did before. But there are a few upgrades. First is we've got this, some kind of a cool spell thing behind it. I'm sure that makes it go faster. So that's nice. And there's another, whatever this thing is. So that's sweet too. Makes it go faster also. So this is obviously better than the old one. I've also upgraded its security. Hopefully they won't be able to steal this one. Other than that, I think it's pretty much the same. Let's go check out downstairs just in case. Yeah, it seems to be pretty much the same. Yep, it's all the same. The bookcase is empty. Probably need to put some books in there. The chests are probably empty. Oops. Yeah, I gotta put some stuff in there too. Alright, but cool. Brand new airship. It was very sad when I lost my other one, but now I'm happy. This one's just as good. It's even better. So today I'm going to read some of your mail. But rather than, a normal mail reading, I'm going to read the suggestion box for the kingdom. I'm just gonna pick out a few of these, see if there's anything interesting in here. Let's grab this one. Recycling. Let's check that one out. Let's see here. Mega Swammy. Q&A for Lords. Let's see what that one's about. 1.8 banner idea. Suggestion list. Oh gosh, that sounds like a lot. Roman suggestion. Plot suggestion. Food suggestions. Plot suggestion? I'll look at it. Ooh, this one's to me. Regarding clouds. Alright, let's check that one out. A nice suggestion. Okay. Suggestions version 2. Sure, why not? Trading problem, waterfront plots. Look at that one. Plots are full. It's probably not true. Old production. These are probably really old. But we're going to read them anyway. Alright, let's see what we got. Nice suggestion. Hello, my lords. I'd like to suggest something that has never been suggested ever before in the history of kingdom suggestions. What would that suggestion be, you might be wondering? Well, that suggestion is, give us cookies. Cookies are bad for you, we don't want our peasants to get too fat. It has long been apparent that the Cloud Kingdom lacks the unity and government displayed in other districts such as the Magic Quarter or Dwarven District. It is the opinion of several members of Cloud that this is due to the distinct lack of any proper centralized meeting place. For example, the Magic Council building in the Magic Quarter. To this end, I beseech any lord that can do so to please add a guild plot to the Guild Kingdom, the Cloud Kingdom, to assist us in building a community. I don't think that's necessary. A lot of those plots up there are already pretty big, and you have a really tall build limit, so I think you just choose one. Just choose one that's in a good location, probably near the portal, and just build it. sniff your hat? No. I'm sorry. Yes, there are only 2 real permission systems. Yes, this would be really nice. Just a way to allow somebody to activate levers and buttons on your plot without building on your plot. I agree. That would be a pretty nice thing. But it's you know, it's a little bit complicated. It is something that I would like to do, so I will continue to ponder it. Food suggestions. Dear any lord reading this, I would like the lords to supply more restaurants with uncommon, fancy foods and drinks. We do that all the time. You know, we can't give everybody fancy foods and drinks, or they won't be fancy foods and drinks anymore. Underwater District. An underwater district would be amazing. This is 16 pages. Building underwater, or breathing underwater. Middle of the lake, that's obvious. Block suggestions. Flower pots. Oh, I see. You just got a list of changes in here. You would like some nature? I think you have grass. I think I added grass already. I haven't added any flowers or anything. Cauldrons. Cauldrons. That could be fun. That kind of makes sense. I kind of agree that cauldrons should be in the Magic Quarter. Music District. Okay, players would have access to all of the records and jukeboxes, as well as note blocks. If possible, they'd have the ability to use redstone repeaters. It's hard to allow redstone, like, blocking clocks is just kind of an annoying task. But it would be really cool to have a musical district. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll put it in the complaints box. That way it'll never get lost. Dear Lord, who may be reading this, I'm the honorable judge of the Baron's Quinap. But I'm missing a crucial part of my job. I was wondering if I could obtain a gavel to keep peasants under control in court. Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't have any gavels anyway, so... Here, I'll put this back in the suggestion box. Dear Lords, I have 2 very simple suggestions. A glass bottle recycling plant, placed in the Magic Quarter for stamina potions. It could be a great way to get a little gold on the side. Some people would be too lazy to actually travel to the plant for the gold and could just toss some bottles to someone else. 2. A food vendor that gives special food items to each district and also requires a food vending license to purchase from. Recycling plant. I do like that. You know what? I'm going to save this. Okay. Yay! I, peasant, accept that my home is going to be oh, this is okay. This is an old book. All right. Okay. Dear Lord, I've recently moved to Camelot, but have yet to buy a plot. I've found that currency and economy system is nice, but takes a while to start up. I only ask that there could be a way to gain gold without having to be limited by stamina potion a day. I do not own a plot, so I do not know if farming doesn't use up farming stamina if you let it passively grow, but that may be a way I just didn't know about. I mean, I know that it kind of sucks, but there has to be, you know, it has to be in place. You do gain gold automatically. Like, you gain a little bit of gold in the beginning of the week, or when you first log in, and then every week after that. Also, we recently reduced the initial days that you rent to be 10 instead of 30, so that has actually reduced the cost of plots significantly. So I suspect you can probably buy some plots pretty easily to start out without it taking too long from what I understand, you can earn at least 100 gold a day. And I think you get like 150 or 200 or something like that when you first log in. So I feel like that's probably enough to get started fairly quickly. And before you get a plot, you can just, interact with the other peasants and make some friends, decide where you want to live. Plots are full. I believe this was actually fairly true at one point, but I think we've kind of fixed it now, so I'm just going to throw that away. Waterfront plots. I've been to the south shore of the southern lake and saw that it had not plots for sale. I suggest that a waterfront district in that part of Dongdank. Please to be the King Paws and the Lords. Oh, please be to the King Paws and the Lords. Maybe we'll add some plots down there at some point. No promises. Suggestions version 2. Outlandish edition. Okay, silly. Building at the bottom of the lake. Having something like an underwater Atlantis or a giant replica Swami. A cool thing for both peasants and lords to enjoy. Maybe a toxic waste dump, killing all peasants. We kind of already have that. I wonder if this is before. Anyway, give peasants something to wear. We can't all run around naked and squander, my lords. Vanity items like leather clothing named differently from rebel gear and sold for a very high price might be more beneficial than taxes. We're going to sell hats, so that doesn't really help a lot with your nakedness. But, at least it lets you cover your head. Domino's Pizza Day. It could just be for the lords, peasants only to watch. Only able to watch. This special day could include a shrine for Domino's Pizza. There's a Dominisso's, or at least there was. I assume it's still there. You can go hang out there. Returning musical instruments. Ooh, that's such a grand idea. Maybe that'll happen. Dwarven Ale. Because we live in a dwarven city, full of miners, fishermen, and farmers, it is simply a crime for the common man to not have a hearty, non-water drink to mend his woes after a long Minecraftian day. That is so true. Why don't we have any Dwarven Ale? That's kind of sad. Do something with our cave system. Underneath nearly every peasant home is an extensive cave system. The natural shape of these caves could mean more potential plots for this server. That'd actually be kind of cool. Having cave plots. I liked some of your ideas. It's some good stuff in there. I like the ideas. I honestly like the ideas of having underwater plots in the lake. I think that'd be really cool. Dwarven Ale obviously seems important. I will have to look into that. Maybe we can add some place for Dwarven Ale. Well, I guess that's all of the suggestions I have time for right now. So I will see you guys later. Alright, I said I was done. But, oh, there's a ghost right there. That's weird. I said I was done. But then I looked through the rest of the suggestions, and I want you all to know that I've cleared it out. There's a lot of junk mail in there, so it's empty now. So you can submit more suggestions that we'll never read. But I found a few more that I thought were interesting to check out. Here we go. Doorbells. Hello, I'd like to suggest a suggestion. All right. Anyway, I'd like to suggest doorbells. It would be a button that you could buy in a shop. For 100 gold or more. If you press it, it will make a ding-dong. All the doorbells will sound the same, but it will be a cool feature, ringing doorbells. Thank you for reading. That would be a cool feature. Can you imagine, though? Oh my. Imagine all the doorbells going off all the time. It would get so annoying, but I really like that feature. So, I think I might just think about that. Let me save this one. O Lord Willikers, on behalf of my friends and I, we humbly request that you allow the peasants of this city to regenerate their stamina over time, so just one level every 15 minutes. I'm positive this will increase the happiness. I don't remember saving this one. I'm sorry, but that's just probably not going to happen. That would just encourage people to just like AFK. We don't want that. We don't want people cheating. That's not fair. You gotta work. You gotta work for your stamina. And by work, I mean drink stamina potions. Dear Willie, you suck. I do remember saving this one. Isn't that a great one? I think that's great. Humble request. To our kind and powerful lords, thank you for taking the time to read my humble request. Although the kingdom is already a fantastic place to live, bringing in hundreds of new peasants each day to live and work, I only feel there is one thing that could help improve this kingdom, even more so. The temperature of this city is very warm, especially in the barrens, but there is no real place for us to cool off. The public venues are taking on the scent of latrines, and I can see the sweat of others from miles away. Clothing is becoming stained yellow and brown. I think there is but one solution. I believe we could benefit from a public pool. It is by my humble request that our lords may honor us with a pool, possibly in the barrens. I know it would cheer up many, and even the lords could find refuge there from time to time. Your humble servant, Final Crucible. You know, I believe there is a bathhouse in the Magic Quarter somewhere. I'm not sure how to find it, but I do know that there is a pool right here outside of the portal in Southshire. I believe this pool was provided by Lord Spitster, or I mean, sorry, Prince Spitster. So look, he's put some water in here. Look at it, it's nice. There have been peasants swimming in here, so I don't know if it's really going to make you that clean. Probably make you dirtier. In fact, I'm going to take a bath now. But there you go. You can swim in this lovely pool. Isn't that awesome? I think it's great. Oh, and look, there's a diving board. That is pretty cool too. So, there you go. Your own swimming pool. It's not in the Barrens, but it's pretty close to the Barrens. Kind of. Barrens is around here somewhere. It's next to the Barrens. Okay, request. Dear Lord, due to the recent change with copying books, my bookstore has been on a major decline. Alright. Yes. You can still copy books. It's more expensive. That just means that the books you sell become more expensive. I think I've mentioned this before. I couldn't remember, so I took this book and decided to show you how to do this, just in case people don't remember. So let's go to the library. I don't think I have any money, but let's find out. Oh, look, I do have some money. Alright, so let's buy a couple of these. So if you come over here, and you're like, I would really like a copy of Welcome Peasant. Well, if you just left click, then when you right click, it's going to be a fake book and it's going to disappear, right? You already know that. But if you left click with a book and quill in your hand, then it becomes an actual copy of that book that doesn't disappear when you read it. Amazing, right? Look, I can read it again, and again, and again. Now I've got an extra copy of Welcome Peasant that I really don't need. We can make a copy of jail info, and a copy of Nisovan's name. These are all the ways that it gets spelled incorrectly. I'm glad that somebody has taken the time to, gather this information together. So, there you go. You can copy books. Isn't that great? Now you know. Alright, last one. Homeless. I have noticed there is a large number of homeless people wandering the streets, and I was thinking that someone could make a homeless shelter so that people will have a place to live if they can't afford a plot. You know, I do believe that there is a homeless shelter. Let's go see if it's still there. Let's go to the slums. It's somewhere around here. I think it's right over here. Uh-oh. I think it might be gone. I'm pretty sure it was over here on this side. Oh yeah, it's probably on this side. It's this building. It's this building here. I think this is a homeless shelter. Maybe? I don't know. Wait, no, this one. This one's a homeless shelter. Alright, hang on. Doesn't... yeah, so this is a homeless shelter. It doesn't have a greeting message, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is supposed to be. At least that's what I understood. There's a couple rooms here. It looks more like an inn to me. But, I bet it could be a homeless shelter. There does seem to be a stair missing. Let me fix that. There we go. Oh, there's nothing up here. But, supposedly, this is a homeless shelter. From what I've heard. So if you're homeless, just come live here. There's a farm, so you know somebody is growing food for you if you're homeless. Let's give him this book. There you go. Alright. It's right outside the slum tower. And so I think this is actually a really good place for a homeless shelter because, you know, if you're homeless, then you come here and you live here for a while. Then if you're really poor, but you're just barely getting enough money to maybe get by, these plots in the slum tower, I believe, are pretty cheap. So you can just move from the homeless shelter right into the slum tower. Just go buy a plot here. Ooh. Blue Milk Bar and Library. Interesting. So anyway, yeah. That's a homeless shelter for you. And I believe that is now all of the suggestions that I, wanted to look at. So, thanks for watching. I will see you guys later.